Lisa Nandy has made a fool of herself yet again on live TV. On BBC's Question Time, she said, "Uncontrolled immigration from the Third World has enriched UK cities, and we should all be grateful." She talks absolute nonsense. In today's video, we will watch and react, whilst also going over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. So have a listen to this nonsense.
I think we've had a debate going on in the Conservative Party about their own record, but what I'm much more interested in is how we fix the problems that we inherited. And I wanted to say from the outset that my dad was an immigrant to this country. I grew up in Manchester, a city that, like London, has been shaped by immigrants and defined by immigrants and enriched by immigrants as well over the years. But I think the problem really arose when you got arbitrary targets that were set every single year, missed every single year. You had people profiting from human misery in the Channel with the small boat crossings that just felt completely out of control.
That's also illegal migration, but when you look at legal migration, the figure is extremely high.
But you also had what I think was really the shameful part of this, that over the years it became an excuse not to invest in young people here. How could it possibly be that for 10 years, over 10 years, nursing was on the shortage occupation list, which meant that people were being recruited from overseas, but nobody in government thought, hang on a minute, why aren't we putting together a workforce plan so that we can skill up young people in our country to fill those vacancies? In my town, in Wigan, we're immensely proud that people come from all over the world to help treat us in our National Health Service. But I have kids who are growing up just a few yards from the hospital who've seen that whole ladder of opportunity dismantled, and they could no more dream of getting a job in that hospital than they could dream of going to the moon. We are absolutely determined that that is going to change. That's why we've linked labour shortages, migration and skills together, so that the Migration Advisory Committee doesn't just look at where the skills shortages are, it has to look at where we've got ongoing skills shortages and come up with a proper plan for how we're going to skill up young people in order to be able to get those jobs.
Uncontrolled immigration has been a calamity for this country and its people, and will destroy us all if not reversed. This how people reacted to her comments, Frank said. It has turned UK cities into third-world crime-ridden slums, all paid for by the hard-working, law-abiding native UK taxpayer, who are rapidly dwindling in number. Dave said, "Lisa Nandy is spouting the leftist propaganda, which only exacerbates division all the more." Dee said, "Lisa Nandy talks through her Harris. Crime is through the roof due to this enrichment, and we should be grateful for that." "Stupid mayor," Kevin said. "Known, some parts of UK cities are dangerous for native British people to go to. There's no cops present to protect you, and they only turn up after a serious incident. This is particularly true for young females. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments." In other news, the BBC has been urged to slim down on some of their pointless channels and content, following the announcement of another licence fee hike. The broadcaster confirmed that the fee will rise again in April 2026, from £169.50 to £174.50. In a statement, a BBC spokesperson welcomed the announcement, claiming the broadcaster wants everyone to get value from the licence fee and are committed to delivering trusted news, the best homegrown storytelling, and those special moments that bring us together. Defending the increase, Culture Secretary Lisa Nandy emphasised that the BBC provides much-needed programming for households across the country, including children's education, world-class entertainment, and trusted news for all people in all parts of the UK. Offering his verdict on the changes, former BBC radio broadcaster Alex Dyke admitted that although he still has a soft spot for them, the company should slim down on their content output. Dyke told the media, "I've got a soft spot for the BBC, but I don't think they need all the channels that they've got. I think they're like the royal family. They should be slimmed down. Then they would get more respect." When asked by host Mark Dolan for examples of what the BBC should cut down on, Dyke explained, "I think it's absolutely pointless that iPlayer are providing us with chill-out playlists and Christmas playlists. We can all build our own playlists or get our old records out. The BBC seem to waste so much money. I think they just need a few major channels. Highlighting the surging popularity of streaming platforms such as Netflix and Amazon Prime, Dyke argued, "If we want great drama, we don't need the BBC to make them anymore, because we've got Netflix and Amazon Prime, and even Channel 5 are making really good drama." In disagreement with Dyke, commentator Nina Maiskow argued that only the BBC could produce dramas such as Wolf Hall and the David Attenborough documentaries. Maiskow told the media, "I don't think that anybody else but the BBC could have done Wolf Hall, which is the most brilliant drama currently on television. I don't think that Netflix or Amazon could make it in the way that they could." Dyke stood firm on his argument, telling Maiskow, "The BBC would never make The Crown. The BBC should be investing their money in things like local radio. There's no local radio coming from the commercial networks now, they're all jukeboxes. And what older people do, they go to BBC local radio when they've grown out of Radio 1 and Radio 2, and it's easy to grow out of Radio 2 now because that's skewed young. They should be not pulling resources out of local radio, they should be putting it in. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not a lot of money, the £175, but I still would like the BBC to take some sponsorship for things." Sharing his thoughts on the licence fee increase, former Tory MP Neil Parish warned that because younger people are not watching the BBC, it will result in fewer people paying higher prices as the fee continues to increase. Parish stated, "Children don't watch the BBC, so what you're getting is a higher and higher fee paid by fewer and fewer people. The younger generation are just for one reason or another, are just not watching. And it will not work, you see, because in the end the people that are watching it, being blunt, will gradually drop off the perch. And so therefore the BBC, where is it going?" Lastly, King Charles has suffered a major setback in popularity following a decline in public bodies requesting a photo of the monarch Cabinet Office data showed. Republic CEO Graham Smith told the media that he is not surprised that take-up has been low on the nonsense scheme. After the scheme was initially announced to cost £8 million, he praised public bodies for saving the taxpayer a few £1,000,000. Spending almost £3 million on pictures of Charles when school children are going hungry is an appalling waste of money, Smith said. The leader of the anti-monarchy group claimed that a third of the population now want to abolish the monarchy, and 9% of the population was excited about the coronation. "It's no surprise the take-up has been low. Those who run public bodies have more important things to worry about," he added. "Support has always been marginally higher in England, so it's no surprise that's where most requests have come from. If someone wants a picture of Charles on their wall, they can easily print one off at their local Snappy Snaps. Spending millions on this is nonsense." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.